Okay, so now that there's plenty of people here, I wanted to do the Impact of Blindness Tag that Cindy from Seeing Blind, she tagged me while we were kind of not, while I wasn't doing YouTube videos. And I just saw her Instagram post the other day, and I thought, hey, why don't I go ahead and do a live stream and do the tag that she tagged me on, and and have the little fun and say hello to everybody, since we just came back. And thank you to everyone again for just being so kind and so sweet with all your comments, and being understanding. We really appreciate that. Everything has gone kind of crazy in this world, and in our life, I don't know, especially now, even now, like, there's so much more cases of what we're not supposed to talk about, or that's what I heard, we're not supposed to say COVID-19, but I'll say it anyway. And so it's actually harder because there's a lot more risk. Oh, who am I calling? Oops, I didn't know I was calling somebody, guys. But for Pablo, he can't be out and about, and like even going to the doctor and things like that. We're trying to do everything virtual, and just to protect him and keep the risk down for him. And so let's go ahead and start off. I'll just actually read a few more comments. So let's see who is here. Chris, Judy Lewis, Harshid Trivedi. Oh snap! Hi Carrie. Hi. Okay, Jasmine says it's nice to see you again. Thank you, Jasmine. Deborah says hello from Brazil. Oh, hello from Brazil. Is that the second person from Brazil? That's so cool. Let's see who else is here. Blind Toes. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this. So let's see. The first question is, what is your eye condition? Oh, and what I wanted to do is, just to make this more fun, I thought that we could all answer some of the questions together. So as I answer some of these, you can like leave what your answer is in the chat, even if you don't like have a YouTube or anything. If you want to share something about blindness or answer one of these questions, I thought it'd be really cool to hear from you guys of like your answers. So in my case, I have something called aniridia, which is the lack or partial lack of the iris. So what's interesting is they say that I don't have an iris, but if I did, it would be blue, which is really cool for somebody who's has black hair and is Filipino. I always thought that would be so cool to have blue eyes. But when they take pictures of my eye, which is really hard because of my nystagmus, you can see like a little tiny blue edge, which is really cool. And let's see, it also, aniridia also, you can have a lot of other conditions with it, like cataracts and glaucoma. You could even have like something called Wilms tumor or Wagner syndrome, but I don't have those. I just have cataracts and glaucoma. And my phone, I have to put it on vibrate. This is so unprofessional, guys, sorry. And so let's go to question number 2. Oh wait, let me read if in the chat and check to see what you guys say. Oh, there's somebody from Kentucky. Terry says they have Stargardt's, and it affects the central retina, macular degeneration. So yeah, there's a lot of conditions out there. The ones that I've heard of is definitely macular degeneration, Stargardt's. Sam from The Blind Life, he has that. There's RP. There's a lot of different, what is that called, hypoplasia, and I can't remember, but they're doing a lot of research now, and it would be so cool if in the future they can do a lot more with like implants or something like that, that would be amazing. But a lot of the time, there's unfortunately not a cure. But let's see, what's the question 2? Is your eye condition progressive or stable? Aniridia can be progressive. Because I have glaucoma, it's something that the doctors have to monitor, and you can lose your vision if your pressure goes high enough, and so there's I guess a risk of it progressing, but right now it is pretty stable. And things can always change, things can always turn progressive, which I hope not, but it's okay. However, whatever happens, happens, and you just find adaptations for it. Let's see, let's see what you guys answered. Oh, somebody's asking if I still do Android. Yes, I still do Android. I still like Android. Okay. Number 3 is, does your vision fluctuate from day to day? For the most part, my vision stays the same. There can be days where it does fluctuate if my eye pressure is high. If my eye pressure is too high, it actually can cause like this white film to go over my eyes or like my vision. So it's kind of like looking through wax paper almost. Not exactly. It's a little bit more translucent than that, but I remember when I was younger, I started to have these headaches, and it was in high school. I think I was in 9th or 10th grade, and I thought I was having migraines. I went to the neurologist and everything, and it ended up being glaucoma headaches, and all I was seeing was like that white film, and it was pretty terrible, guys. But other than that, it doesn't really fluctuate. Let's see. Okay, so I see some of you guys, it does fluctuate, and some of it is progressive. Yeah, so it's pretty, sorry, each condition kind of comes with its whole different conditions and other issues that it kind of comes along with, unfortunately. So let's see what number 4 is. Oh, here. Name 3 positive qualities or personality traits that being blind has fostered in you. Well, I was listening to the person who actually created this tag, which is Joy Hu, and you guys just check out her channel. She's really, I like her, some of her insights and her videos just talk about blindness and just contemplative. But I would say patience. I think I have a lot more patience if things don't always go my way, or if I have to wait like 20 minutes for my brother or somebody to pick me up. I've always had to just wait for that. Like I remember in school, in college, in high school, whatever, I would have to wait for my brother to pick me up when everybody else, like when we were seniors, everybody would just get in their own car and go home. Or sometimes here, the paratransit, when I used to take it, I don't really take it anymore, especially now. But you would wait for, it could be 30 minutes, it could be 20, it could be 5, but it could be like an hour. And so I think I've just become more patient. Not all the time, but I try to. Let's see. So patience is 1. I guess I'll copy the other people and say resilience, because there have been times where people judge you because you're blind, or, you know, sometimes the world is just unfair and they pick somebody else, or they just don't think that you're able. That's one thing that really bugs me, that just because you're blind, they think that you can't do something, or they make fun of you. I did get bullied in school quite a bit, but you learn to pick yourself up and just keep going, because if you don't, you know, you'll just end up being depressed. You'll just end up, I don't know, you just have to keep going. And no matter what people say, no matter what they do, you know, you do your own thing and you do you. And you can, no, don't let anybody tell you that, you know, just because you're blind, you can't do something. And I guess that's also part of determination. You know, I'm always determined to prove people wrong, especially when they think that I can't do something. I'm like, well, then I definitely will do it because just to prove them wrong. So I guess patience, resilience, and determination. Okay. Okay. So I will go back to the chat in a little bit, guys, and I'll catch up to it. But let's go ahead to question 5. What is one way being blind makes your life better? It definitely makes it more interesting. I guess I do like to talk to people. So when I do talk to them, I can always make it something interesting because, you know, there are those questions that come up, like, what can you see, or what exactly is your condition? And I like to answer those when I'm in the mood anyway. I do like to talk to them. I like to connect with people and hear their side of the story. And I think that because of my blindness, I can be pushed out more socially, because I tend to be much more introverted, and if I can, I'll just hide. I'll just, like, you know, not get out probably. And this is kind of backwards. I think a lot of the time, sometimes blind people don't want to get out, but and for me, I tend to be the opposite. Because I'm blind, when I am in the store or when I am out and somewhere, I because of the blindness, because I've learned that skill, I can approach people more and I'm more comfortable with it. And I was pushed to do so, especially in college when I was in the campus when I was younger. And because of my job previously, you know, I got pushed into talking to people, and I just think that if I wasn't blind, I probably wouldn't be like that. So let me go ahead and look in the chat now. Okay, let's catch up. So somebody asked about TikTok. Chris D says something. What do I think about TikTok? In terms of accessibility, honestly, I haven't used TikTok, so I can't, like, tell you whether it's accessible or not. I opened it one time, and then there were just these, like, videos of people dancing, or I couldn't visually interpret what they were doing, so I was like, never mind. I'll just go back to Instagram and YouTube where I'm comfortable, and I don't know. I don't think I'll do another platform. It's already hard enough to stay on top of YouTube and Instagram. So I might not be the best person to talk about that. I did see some blind people on TikTok. I know Molly Burke, and there's a few other ladies that are on TikTok that are blind. But I don't really have any experience with that. The way images. So Terry asked, have you heard of Dr. Sheila Nierenberg, who solved the way images get transmitted to the brain? I haven't heard of that. So if you want to tell us more about that in the chat, like, feel free to do that. And somebody also asked about how COVID has affected the blind community here. I honestly am not sure, because I'm a blind person, and my husband's a blind person, my dad's a blind person, and my sisters too. And we're just kind of all staying at home. So I don't really know what's going on in the community, but at least for us, we're just not getting out. Really, I barely do. I don't know. We walk around the neighborhood, and that's pretty much the extent of our outside time, or we play out in the yard. Little Pablo does. And there have been like one or two times, or a few times, that I have gone with my mom to the grocery store, and like, you have to wear a mask and everything, but I'm scared of going on Uber, because they have a lot of contact with other people, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I don't know. how about you guys? How are you being affected by COVID? You guys go ahead and write that. Well, and I will do question 6. What is one way being blind makes your life more challenging? Wow. Okay, so I want to copy everybody else who has done this tag and talk about driving, and how you want to have that independence to just get up and go, and that is also my answer. But I do want to like add on to that, because I don't want to just look like I'm copying other people. I would say it's harder to keep track of my son, or just things in general. Like, if I hear a lot of things going on, and sometimes, or like people walking around and doing things, I get kind of nervous because I can't see their face. I don't know what they're doing, or if they're being friendly. It's harder to tell that, to judge them, especially at a distance. I mean, if you're talking to them, it's easier to do that. But if you're at a playground, before this whole pandemic started, when we're at a playground, I don't really know what people are doing. So it's harder for me to watch my son, or I feel more stress or anxious about watching him and taking care of him, and just making sure that he's safe. And that's something that I wish I could do. I wish I could see far enough, and see like what people are doing, because of my son, and also because I'm nosy and I'm curious. Like, I want to know what my neighbor is doing in their backyard, or something like that. I'm sure that I'm not the only one curious about what other people are doing, and wish you could see what they're doing. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I am in North Carolina. And Terry, if you want to send me some information about that doctor that's working on that, what is it? Vision, so some kind of prosthetic. Can you like send me a message on Facebook or Instagram or something? and send me that link, because that would be really interesting to look into. Okay, and let's see, number 7. What is an experience or opportunity that you have had because of your blindness? Let me think. Probably just this YouTube channel, even, and connecting with all of you guys. It's really, for me, I love this YouTube community that has gathered around, and with all the different channels, like, The Blind Life and Kayla with the C, Blind to Billionaire, Juan from JC5 Productions, and like all the, in James Rath. I just love this YouTube channel, and I mean, I wouldn't have been able to be part of this community if I wasn't blind. And I just really like connecting and hearing from you guys and learning from everybody, because I don't know everything. I get excited when somebody tells me something that I didn't know, and I think that's so cool. And we can learn from each other, and I really like that. Let's see. What number am I on? Number 8. What is one thing you wish you could do that being blind... Wait. Hold on, guys. Okay. What is one thing you wish you could do that being blind makes it hard for you to do? Well, I think that the other question about what blindness makes more challenging, that plays into it. But let me think of something else. Just driving. I really wish that I could drive. And really, actually, it doesn't even matter if I personally drive. I've never driven, so I don't really care about the physical action of driving. I just want to be able to get from one point to another, to go where I want to go, whether that's Uber. Well, except you can't do that now, and it's also expensive. But also, if it's like an autonomous vehicle, that would be so cool. But that'd be kind of scary if it's like one of the first generations, so I'll probably wait, and then you'll probably have to pay half your life for like being able to use one. There's a lot of things that can be more difficult, but there's a lot of adaptations. Like, I use a magnifier all the time, or even IRA or Be My Eyes. So I guess just doing that. You know what I do wish I could do more of? Like reading. I love reading, and I wish I could read faster. Like, I mean, you can, use a screen reader or even do audiobooks, but I don't know how sighted people can do it, but they can just skim and find things so quickly. Like my mom, if I need something read to me, like I can't find the address on the page, no matter if I have a magnifier. I'm like, where is the fax number or something? And she's like, oh, it's right there. And I'm like, how do you find that? So that's something that's challenging. Number 9 is, what is something you can do that surprises people who don't know you? Oh, that I can make videos, that I can Oh, and that I can play the flute. I have played the flute since I was in 3rd grade. And I don't know how there can be a connection between being legally blind and playing the flute, but sometimes people are like, you play the flute? How can you play the flute? But I do a lot of memorizing things. I don't play as much really now, and I do a lot of things just by ear. But I do like playing the flute, and that does surprise people, or just like making websites. I'm not that great at it, but I remember there was one person that was in top management in my old job who didn't know me, and I had made like this web page for some of the department that I was working for, and I made like a kind of like little website just with the instructions like of a new system that we were using, and he was like, "Did you make that?" And he couldn't believe, or it just boggled his mind that I made it. Yeah, let's see. Let's check the chat. Okay. Terry wants to know, do you ever make or laugh at blind jokes? Yes, I'm not that funny. I don't really make a lot of jokes. But like, if somebody makes a blind joke, yeah, I appreciate it because, they can be very funny. They can be true and funny, and I don't get offended by it or anything like that. Let's see what else you guys said. Okay, Blind Grilling says, howdy. Hi, Chris. Moises says, that you're hoping that self-driving cars are available, and a friend works for a company that makes driverless software. The only thing is right now with autonomous vehicles, you still need to be able to know how to drive just in case and like take over the wheel. And I'm waiting for them to have it completely like, driverless. And but what does kind of scare me is I was watching this Tesla video, or like this person with a Tesla, and because the Tesla is supposed to be able to park itself, and then there was like 2 Teslas that were parking, and they're like, are you gonna go, and they didn't know, the software doesn't know how to handle other autonomous vehicles, so they still have a long way to go. Let's see how Kimberly says everyone from I think she says that she's from Arizona. Okay, let's see. Oh, hi, Cindy. Cindy is seeing blind, and she actually is the one who tagged me for this video. So it's nice to have you here. I'm already on question 10. So let's see. Question 10 is, if you had the chance to tell the sighted community one thing, what would it be? Does it have to be one thing? Why does it have to be one thing? Can't I tell them a lot of things? Okay, so I would probably tell them not to underestimate people who are blind. Don't judge us just because of our blindness, and don't think more or less of us because we're blind. Judge us from who we are and not because we're blind. So that's something that I think is very difficult to understand, because sometimes like the other people that were doing this tag were talking about, they either think that we're a victim, which we aren't, but neither are we heroes. Just because like one time Pablo was walking down like the sidewalk, and like this sighted person came up to him and, oh, it's amazing that you can walk walk down the sidewalk and get to the door. And I'm like, are you serious? You know, unless you really, well, at least for me, unless I do something that is, you know, astounding or out of the ordinary for a normal person, don't judge me and say that that's amazing or me, but don't underestimate me and don't think that I can't do something just because I'm blind. And hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let's see who's. Okay, Moises says, yeah, I'm aware that at the moment it's not that mature technology, but maybe in a couple of years more, we're fortunate to have so much technology helping us. Oh, Terry says, I would tell them to stop yelling. We can hear fine. Oh, you know what? Also, another thing, like, they think just because you're blind, they'll, like, be 3 feet away from you and they'll whisper to somebody that you're with and ask them something about you. Like, we're blind, we are not deaf. So people don't understand that. I don't know what it is, but and then sometimes in the restaurants they'll talk louder as if that will help me see better. I don't know. But you know, talking about self-driving cars, um, I'm part of the planning committee for the assistive technology online conference that's going to be going on in October, and somebody's going to be presenting about the autonomous vehicle. So if you guys are interested in that and technology in general, you should totally, you know, keep updated on everything that's going on with that. I think it's going to be in October. Um, Everything hasn't been set in stone yet. So, and I just actually started being part of the whole planning committee. So that's really exciting. And hopefully some of you guys will, you know, watch it, and if you're interested in technology, that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. So Terry says, I've been a technology professional for 30 years, so I am interested in that. Yeah. So I love technology. I live and breathe technology. Ever since I was little, my dad, he's actually also totally blind because of aniridia, and it was in Philippines, and he actually wrote, like, created a program before it was before JAWS, before all of the regular screen readers that we use now, and he wrote like a screen reader for DOS. So that was that. So coming from that, and like my brother, he's not deaf. I mean, he's not blind, but he is deaf, and he builds computers. He does gaming, and I don't know what else he does. I'm not like that advanced or anything, but I love knowing about technology, and I try to keep up with it as much as possible. And I'm like, you know, there's a lot of new assistive technology that's coming out that I think is really cool, and I do want to try out, like, not everything works though. Like, if you guys have ever tried eSight, or like the headsets that have like the screen and then you can magnify things, um, you know, that works some of the time, but like you can't just walk around with that kind of thing. But you know, the technology has been improving and changing, and people have been being more creative. So hopefully they'll come up with a lot more new things. And I'm really excited for like my son, who is 3, and he also has aniridia. He's turning 4 in October. And you know, of all the times that to be born or to live being blind or legally blind, um, you know, this is a great time because we have so much technology. Okay. All right. So I don't know. Do you guys have any other questions? Do you have any questions about any questions about where we've been or just about the tag or anything? You know, just leave that in the comments below. I'll just hang out with you guys for just another minute and a few minutes, I mean. And then little Pablo I think he might start waking up soon. So, you know, when you're a mom, let's see here. Oh, and I forgot to mention that two blind brothers actually sent over some sunglasses, and I will be doing a video on that and a giveaway. I was hoping for this weekend, but probably not. Probably next week. I will announce something, and just keep an eye on that. Their sunglasses are really nice, actually, and you know, I love their unlimited replacement if you lose or break them. So that's really cool, and it has UV protection and it's polarized and everything. So if you watch other blind or visually impaired YouTubers, you might have seen some of their products. So I thought it was really cool to share with you guys too. Oh, so glad. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Who is this? Tiflo Technologia. I'm sorry if I said that incorrectly. I agree, the technology is so fun. I love the software development, and now my goal is to teach it. That's so cool. I love when I see blind people in like the STEM field. We definitely need more people there because this kind of technology needs to start in the design process. Instead of like just adding accessibility later, they need to design products and software with accessibility in mind. Okay, let's see. Terry says, it's been awesome. Oh, you are terrific. Thank you, Terry. Let's see. Seeing blind, so glad I can't. What did she say? So glad I will go back and listen to the beginning. Oh. Harshid says, so I had to pause on the web. Oh, well, in short, if you guys haven't seen the whole I'm back video and like what's been going on, I'll just do like a really quick recap for you guys, but you can go back and watch that video. So Pablo was having health issues, and I won't really go into detail about that. And then I was just doing a lot, too much, and I just got a little bit burned out, especially with everything else that I have to do, being a mom, you know, being a wife, cleaning, cooking, and doing homeschool because, yes, I am homeschooling my son. Even though he's 3, we're doing like just preschool activities, but you still have to plan for that. You still have to, you know, get everything organized for that. And we were going out. It was just a lot. And then we ended up selling our home, our condo, and we were going to live with my parents temporarily until we found a new house. But we ended up staying with my parents because we found a new house, and we were just a week and few days before closing, and Pablo lost his job and he was laid off, so we weren't able to get the house. And then the whole pandemic started, and then so we're staying here with my parents and living here until I guess we can kind of get back on our feet, and that this whole pandemic can kind of go away. So Pablo's also finishing school, and then he's going to look for a job, and hopefully it could be something virtual, so he doesn't need to go to a specific place because he is a higher risk. So that's kind of what's been going on, and just adjusting to being back and living with my parents, which is still an adjustment. Okay. Let's see. Somebody asked, APURV, can you see better with glasses? The answer is no. The glasses I've used sometimes can make things slightly, like 0.01% clearer. But no, it doesn't change really my acuity or how much I can see. So the thing with glasses is that it fixes when the lens in your eye cannot focus. It doesn't fix the other problems behind it. So in my case, my iris isn't there, my lens is in the wrong place, it's dislocated or subluxated, whatever terminology, so that wouldn't help the rest of the eye. And also I have cataracts, but I can't do anything about those because it's kind of a higher risk because of like all my other eye conditions and problems. I would need like a whole bunch of specialists and things if I did want to do surgery, and it still wouldn't be certain that it would improve my vision, and it could actually damage it. So I don't know, I don't want the chance of losing more. So I'll just stay with what I have. Let's see what else. Who else do I watch on YouTube? If you're talking about like blind YouTubers, it's all the people that I have mentioned, and I do try to keep up with some of the smaller YouTubers like the Blind Guy Show or Joy Who. Sometimes I'll watch Molly Burke, but sometimes she's more into fashion than I am, like way more into that kind of thing. But sometimes I watch her like blindness related videos. And then James Rath, he's another kind of filmmaker, producer. He makes pretty interesting videos. There is, gosh, there's so many. There's Blind Grilling, Chris from Blind Grilling. He does everything grilling, and it just makes your mouth water. And then there's My Blind Mama's Messy Kitchen, and she also is like a channel that you cannot watch if you're hungry because she's always cooking something. And there's just so many out there. I actually have a list of a whole bunch of blind YouTubers, and oh gosh, guys, I just discovered that I did not have this microphone plugged in. This is totally, I don't know. I cannot say this is a blind moment because this is just a dumb moment. I did not plug my microphone in. Okay. Well, then I can just move this microphone out of the way. Oops. I guess I'm using the webcam microphone. Okay, but I do have a web page where there is like a whole list of blind and visually impaired YouTubers, which is not updated, unfortunately. I gotta update it because there have been so many new people and new faces, and it's like impossible to keep up with everybody. So like Seeing Blind, Cindy, she's like somebody that I just discovered the other day, and she's also a blind mom, and so I was watching her mom hacks and things like that. So that's there's just so many people. Okay. Oh, there's a bee. There's a fly. Go away. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm outside. Okay. Let's see here. Moises says, so much technology advancements in our lifetime. What's the most exciting tech thing that you have used on your daily life? You know what? It's not even, I don't know if it's exciting, but like the thing that I use the most in technology wise is my phone. And if I had to pick one thing on my phone that I use like all the time to help me with things is WeZoom. WeZoom is my favorite magnifier, and I have like a shortcut to get to it, which is like pressing and holding the volume up button, and that just like pops open WeZoom, and I can look at whatever thing I want to read, whether it's like the mail or the microwave, how many more seconds are left, or like how to cook something. Like on a package, it has like the instructions. So I guess that's not that all that exciting, but that's what I use the most. Let's see. Oh, Ryan from the Amazing Blind Magician. He's also a lot of fun. He's like legally blind magician, and he can really do all those magic tricks and everything, and that's so cool. Let's see. He says, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, or see your chat. Let's see. I don't know if you heard, but I got a new job. I work at Guide Dogs of the Desert. Oh, that's really cool. Guide Dogs of the Desert. What do you do for them, Ryan? Let's see. Ryan says, so sorry to hear about your struggles. I hope you guys are doing everything to stay safe. You can only try. Seeing blindness, I am in the same boat. That's why I have not uploaded all the while. So yeah, but my problem is that I get so excited. I really, really love YouTube and like sharing time with you guys and making videos, and it's a whole lot of fun. It's something that I really feel passionate about, and so for me, it's really hard to keep my priorities straight. Um, I mean, of course, family comes first, and Pablo and little Pablo have to come first. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I can clean that later. Oh, let me work on this video. I can cook later, and then we end up like having something not so healthy. Put it that way, and I have to stop doing that. And let's see. Thanks for sharing. Don't forget your virtual friends and family. Oh, thank you. Kimberly says, congratulations to Blind Magician on your new job. How you see things in your dreams. Wow, in my dreams, I am one of those people that can't really remember all my dreams, but I actually have the same vision in my dreams as I do in real life, because I have never been able to see. I've always seen this way, so that's how I see in my dreams. What's interesting is actually we were talking about this in breakfast. Pablo was telling me and little Pablo about his dream, and we were talking about how Pablo sees in his dream. He used to be sighted, and he had 20/20 vision, and he actually can see in his dream, but he knows, or he knows in his dream that he's blind. So it's like this weird thing where he can see, but he knows that he's blind. And sometimes his vision in his dream can be blurry. So that's kind of interesting. Each blind person dreams differently depending on if they were born blind, how much vision they had before, and all of that. Okay. Why you rolling your Okay. So I have something called nystagmus, and I can't control how my eyes move. And because my eyes are always looking for something to focus on, and because of my eye condition, it cannot focus, and so that's why it's always moving. It's something that I cannot control. Okay, let's see here. So Ryan says, I work in the administration office and I mostly stay up to date with all of our graduates. Well, that's a lot of fun. That's really cool. Is that virtual? Is anybody working like here? If you can hear that bird, sorry if that's loud. Um, is anybody here working like in the office or at inside a building, or are you guys all working virtually? If you do work, I mean. Yeah, a lot of people have nystagmus. It's pretty common. It just depends on, it depends like how severe it is. It's not something people can control. It's just something that it just happens. I remember in high school, this was like a really big struggle for me because I have microcornea where my eyes are smaller than usual. They'll either call me Chinese, which I'm not, guys, or what's wrong with her eyes, and just make fun of me behind my back, or why are you rolling your eyes at me? That's always something that I get all the time, and I'm like, I can't control it. Like, honestly, if I could, I would, but it's something that you can't control. My eyes, like, they'll be drawn to something light. When I was younger, I would just always stare up because because there would be lights up in the ceiling and my eyes would be attracted to it. So you can imagine that kids would either be curious about it or be mean about it. So that is okay. There, this is why I'm doing this channel, to educate people. Okay, so Moises says that he's at home as a computer programmer. Did you know that albino people have nystagmus? I did not know that. Is that just, I don't know if it's everybody though. I did have somebody, like a couple of friends who were albino, and well, then again, I probably couldn't see their eyes moving, so I have no idea. But I don't know if they had nystagmus or not. Moises says, no. Seeing Blind says, my eyes wander a bit because I am trying to fill in my central vision. Yeah, so like a lot of the time with RP, you can have tunnel vision. With like things like macular degeneration and things similar to that, you can lose that central vision and have the peripheral vision. And for me, actually, it's kind of just everything is kind of blurry. Everything. I have some peripheral vision, and I have central vision, but it's just kind of everything is blurry or less defined. Um, let's see. Ryan says he's going to be moving to California soon, and I will be working on campus. Wow, all the way to California. That's pretty cool. And somebody asked how I do my makeup. The answer is most of the time I don't. Um, I am not one of those people, like those girls that do makeup. Like, if you want to know about makeup, you go to Molly Burke or Ali or Alyssa Irene is her YouTube channel, and she does her makeup There's other people who have like makeup videos. I probably will never do a makeup video because I am not good with makeup. And honestly, I can't, unless it's very heavy makeup, I can't tell when people are wearing makeup. And like even in my pictures, when I do put makeup, I can't really tell that I have makeup on. So I don't know. I do put makeup on sometimes, like for YouTube, or if I'm going to church, or if I'm going out sometimes, but most of the time I don't really care that much. Though I do really, really want to go get my nails done and my eyebrows done, but nobody around here will take me because of COVID. And my mom says that it's impossible for her to do it. Okay, let's see. Harshid says, does Braille interest you in with having low vision and thoughts of learning Braille? Okay, seeing blind, we just listed our house to move 25 hours away. Oh wow. There's still, I can't believe there's so many people moving. Right now I'm kind of like, we're in quarantine because of Pablo. So I hope everybody stays safe. And to answer the other person talking about Braille, um, I am learning Braille. I learned Braille when I was younger, and I actually have a video about that. Hold on a second, guys. Is my battery running out? Okay. What does it say? 7. Okay. So I'll just answer. I'll just stay here for a few more minutes. With Braille, I am trying to learn Braille. I learned Braille when I was younger, but I never really used it much. And my TVI, that's teach for visually impaired, they really didn't force me to use it, and I didn't practice. And I relied a lot on my eyes, but I wish I had learned Braille because, you know, my eyes do get fatigued the more I read, which is why I do rely on things reading for me, like screen readers or TalkBack or JAWS. Though I still, I still like to use what vision I do have. But I do want to have Braille so that I can have that option of being a proficient Braille reader. There are people that I have met that learn Braille since they were kids, and they can read faster than I can, and they can read faster even than some sighted people, which I think is amazing, which is really cool. And actually, Pablo and I have a Braille display. Um, and we both need to practice Braille some more to really have it cemented into, you know, to really practice it and get familiar with it and not take so long to read it. Okay, seeing blind is I am getting ready to Sunday to do a makeup video. I really enjoy it, even though I can't see. What country do you like? Do you like reading novels? What kind of novels do you like? Authors. Okay. Okay, this is fun. Okay, so seeing blind, I'm gonna watch your makeup video because I need help with my makeup. I just put like, forgive me, men. I just put like foundation and sometimes blush and like lip gloss or lipstick or something, and that's about it. Sometimes mascara and sometimes eyeshadow if I have like a sighted person to later tell me if it looks okay, like my mom or Ira or something. And I do not do eyeliner. One day I decided to try eyeliner and I sat there for like little Pablo's whole nap, which is like 2 hours trying to do it and with like makeup remover, and it just wasn't possible and I gave up. And then somebody else asked about countries I have traveled to, I think. What countries have I traveled to? You know, I have only been in the Philippines and United States and Canada. Those are the only places I've been, countries I've been to. I've been to a lot of parts um, in the United States. I used to live in New York and New Jersey, and we used to go to Pennsylvania all the time. Now we're in North Carolina. I've been to South Carolina. I've been to Virginia. My uncle lives there. My aunt lives in South Carolina. We've been to Florida. My brother-in-law lives there, but also when I was in 8th grade, with the whole extreme home makeover. You guys, that's on YouTube if you guys want to watch it. But it was our family on the extreme home makeover, and we went to Florida to go to Disney World, and that was so much fun. And we went to SeaWorld, and yeah, I went to Canada. In Canada, I've only been to Windsor, where Pablo's parents live. So that's where I've been to. Moises asks, do you like reading novels, and what kind of novels do you like, authors? Okay. For me, um, I honestly really like fantasy genre. I love The Wheel of Time. I love Brandon Sanderson, Robert Jordan, even though he has passed away. I love The Wheel of Time. That's like my favorite series, epic series ever. I have read Game of Thrones. I have not watched the movie, or not the movie, the TV series. But I don't know. It's kind of dark for me. What other ones? Oh, a really fun one is something by, what's his name? Anthony Pierce. It's what I'm reading right now. It's Xanth, Xanth, and it's like, if you like a lot of puns, or just kind of, it's a lot lighter fiction, you know, just kind of a little story plot, and like a lot of fun little story. I don't know. I really like Xanth. There's, I also like some science fiction, like Dean Koontz. I don't like Stephen King. I do not like horror. And I just listen to it. There's never really a time that I have read like a book, like the paper version, except when I was like in middle school and high school, because my mom didn't want me to read a book or something. I can't remember. But for children's, teenager, something like that, young adult book author, I really liked Tamora Pierce. She had one about Tortal, and about what is the other ones that she has? But it's like she usually has heroines, which for me, when I was younger, I thought it was really cool. Let's see here. So Ryan also has a Braille display. He really loves it because it helps stay focused to where he is on the computer. And then there's Adarash says hello. James says, hey Carrie. And then Ryan also says, I actually got to perform 3 magic shows in New Jersey in January before all of this COVID hit. It was really cold, but really fun. Oh, New Jersey, yeah. What part of New Jersey? I used to live in Bergenfield, which is in Bergen County near Hackensack, Teaneck, that area. Moises says, I love Stephen King's book, Black Tower series. Frank Muller is my favorite audiobook reader. Also, I'm sighted, but I have a lot of audiobooks. Yeah, my dad and my sister read Stephen King. I tried to read the first book in the Black Tower series, which was The Gunslinger. I don't know, I got halfway through the book and I just kind of gave up. There is also, what's that other, the Sword of Truth series. That's also okay. And there's, but I really like Dean Koontz. Like, that's as horror as I get. Let's see. Please suggest me an electronic book. Electronic? You mean like an audio book? It really depends, like what kind of book you're into. I don't know. I don't feel so comfortable just picking like any book. Let's see. How do you study when you are in school? Well, everything is digital. Everything is electronic, so a screen reader can read it, or you can also magnify it on the screen, and like with Windows magnifier, and also there's Kurzweil where you can scan a textbook and then it converts it using OCR into like a kind of text that a screen reader can read. Like Pablo's actually going through school right now. He's on his last class. It's managerial accounting. And he's going to be graduating soon. So we're really excited about that. Okay, let's see. Harshit says, SeaWorld, happy 4th. And here, FYI, in Florida, SeaWorld is mainly the only one doing fireworks publicly. Ryan says, if you like fantasy, you should read Aragon. Oh, I have read Aragon, the whole series. I have read that. I have to read that again because I can't remember what happened in Brissinger. Okay, and then Adarash says, do you use video magnifier like me? Yes, I have a CCTV. And I also use Windows magnifier, and I have a Smart Lux, which I don't think I made a video on that, and a Snow 7 HD, and I even have a Butterfly from ZoomX. But most of the time, when it's something not like a long document or book, I use my phone. I really prefer to use my phone. But like when it's a form I have to fill out, or a book or something long, I don't really read books, guys. But if little Pablo wants me to read a book, that's the only time really that I read a book. I'll use the CCTV. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. It was so much fun, and I love you guys all so much. And I'll have to live stream again. My laptop battery is about to die, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for all your questions and all your comments. You guys are so awesome, and I will chat with you guys and talk to you guys and do another live stream like this, because this is a lot of fun another time. And maybe I can even get Pablo after he finishes school, which will be like in the end of July. Maybe I can get him on to one of these live streams too. All right, guys. Bye.